Most gardeners think that getting really early, flavorful tomatoes without a greenhouse is nearly impossible. In reality, it is not only possible, but surprisingly simple if you know the timing, choose the right varieties, and follow a few carefully proven techniques. Imagine walking into your garden in early summer, picking ripe, warm from the sun tomatoes from your own plants, tasting them, and knowing you did it all without expensive greenhouses or constant chemical sprays. That feeling is real, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to make it happen. By the time most neighbors are just hoping for their first tomatoes, you will have already harvested a full crop. The secret to this method is not working harder or faster, but starting smarter. Most gardeners plant tomatoes too late, so their plants ripen during the hottest part of summer, exactly when weather becomes unpredictable. Nights get cool, and moisture in the air invites diseases like blight. The difference here is that we grow tomatoes that finish fruiting before those risky conditions ever arrive. This approach shifts the entire tomato season forward, giving you ripe tomatoes in early summer and keeping your plants safe and productive. Everything starts much earlier than most people expect. We're not talking about spring. The ideal time to sow seeds for early harvest is the beginning of February, around the 3rd, 4th, or 5th day. Yes, that early. It may sound extreme, but it's calculated. Ultra-early and early tomato varieties take roughly 2.5 to 3 months from sprouting to the first ripe fruit. Some varieties take a little longer, so we always plan with a safety margin. When you sow seeds in early February, seedlings typically appear about 10 days later. From that point, counting roughly 3 months, you land in early June for the first ripe tomatoes. Mass harvest follows shortly after, and by late summer, when most plants would be struggling with weather stress or disease, your crop is already harvested. Choosing the right variety is crucial. Forget large, slow-growing, or finicky tomatoes. Instead, pick compact, early, and reliable types that do well in cooler or unpredictable climates. Varieties similar to Bullfinch, Boney M, or Alaska are perfect examples. Among hybrids, fast and cold-tolerant types work best. These plants do not waste energy on excessive growth. They set flowers early, form fruit reliably, and focus on ripening. Avoid tall, sprawling tomatoes at this stage. They need more time and warmth than early summer can reliably provide. Strong seedlings are the foundation of this method. Early sowing will not work if seedlings are weak, tall, or stretched. The first step is how seeds are planted. Each seed goes into its own small container, about 1 cup in size, roughly 8 ounces. Plastic cups or similar containers with drainage holes work perfectly. Fill them with loose, fertile soil and moisten lightly. Plant 1 or 2 seeds per cup. This prevents root disturbance, which slows growth if multiple seedlings are transplanted from a shared tray. With individual cups, each plant develops freely, ensuring steady growth from the very beginning. Light is the second critical factor. February days are short and weak. Without additional lighting, seedlings stretch and become thin and fragile. A simple LED grow light is all you need. Position it about 8 inches above the plants and run it 12 to 14 hours per day. With proper light, seedlings grow compact, with thick stems and dark green leaves. Signs of healthy, strong plants ready for early transplanting. After 4 to 5 weeks, seedlings will have fully filled their initial containers, and roots will start showing through the drainage holes. This is the moment to move them to larger containers. Use cups or small pots about ½ liter or roughly 16 to 20 ounces. Transfer the seedling carefully, keeping the entire soil clump intact. Do not disturb the roots. Add fresh soil around the clump if needed. The plants will continue growing immediately without stress. By early May, your seedlings should be strong, bushy plants around 10 to 14 inches tall, with thick stems and sometimes even the first flower cluster forming. These seedlings can tolerate cooler weather, wind, and minor disturbances during planting. When it comes to planting outside, we do not rely on bare ground. The best solution is a simple hoop tunnel or row cover over a raised bed. A raised bed is crucial. It should be roughly knee-high, about 1.5 feet above the ground. Why? Because cold comes from the soil. In spring, the top layer warms quickly in the sun, while deeper soil remains cool. A raised bed ensures roots stay in the warmest layer, promoting faster growth and earlier fruiting. The bed can be made from wood, stone, or any sturdy material, and filled with organic rich soil, compost, and garden dirt. This creates a natural heating layer for your plants. Cover with simple hoops and a row cover. This setup is inexpensive but effective. No glass or complicated greenhouse structures are needed. The most unusual part of this method is the planting technique itself. Seedlings are planted horizontally rather than vertically. Make a shallow trench along the bed, slightly longer than the plant stem. Carefully remove the seedling from its pot with the soil clump intact. Place the roots at one end of the trench and gently lay the stem along the trench, leaving only the top 3 to 4 leaves above the soil. Fill in the trench lightly with soil. 2 seedlings can be planted in one trench, with their tops pointing in opposite directions. This ensures they do not compete and allows each plant to develop a strong root system along the buried stem. Within a few days, the top naturally bends toward the sun, and the buried stem begins producing additional roots. This creates a dense, powerful root system that absorbs water and nutrients efficiently. The more roots, the healthier and more productive the plant. Plants grown this way are strong, resilient, and able to withstand sudden weather changes. Flower clusters form low on the plant, close to the soil, and fruit begins to develop earlier than on standard vertical plantings. Caring for these early tomatoes is straightforward. Water moderately and consistently. Because the bed is covered, moisture evaporates slowly. Overwatering is more dangerous than underwatering. Start feeding about 2 to 3 weeks after planting using balanced fertilizers with microelements. Adding a small amount of wood ash is also beneficial. Ventilation is essential. Even if the air outside is still cool, open the ends or sides of the row cover on sunny days. Proper air circulation keeps humidity down and prevents fungal growth. Once night temperatures consistently stay above 50 to 54 degrees Fahrenheit, the cover can be removed entirely. By then, the plants are already flowering and fruiting, far ahead of typical garden schedules. The advantages of this method are clear. First, you get your harvest in early summer, avoiding most late-season risks. Second, the fruit ripens on the plant, absorbing sunlight fully, giving you true rich tomato flavor. Third, the strong root system keeps the plants healthy and resilient. Finally, this method gives you a significant head start in the season. While others are just getting started, you are already enjoying fresh tomatoes daily. This method does not require expensive tools, complex chemical treatments, or constant oversight. It relies on understanding plant biology, timing, and a few practical techniques that work together. For gardeners seeking reliable early harvests, this approach offers a clear, manageable, and rewarding path. If this video was helpful, please show your support. Hit the like button so more gardeners can see this method. Subscribe to the channel to stay updated on practical, proven gardening tips. Share this video with friends, neighbors, or anyone who loves tomatoes and wants to enjoy early, homegrown fruit. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a productive season full of abundant, delicious tomatoes.